Okay, fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. Hopefully you're watching this real time as a Patreon patron or as a YouTube subscriber. The entry price is very cheap. It's a couple bucks a month to get all pack loving real time. So please remember to sign up if you haven't done so already. You can also help us get paid by linking your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account. The instructions are in the show description below. If you are doing any of those things or none of those things, you still should be following me on Twitter at Michael Pachter. I do respond to people who follow me, so if you want to tweet at me, I'll get back to you. Our question today from Patreon, from Tarma. Mario plus Rabbids, Sparks of Hope. Sold poorly compared to its predecessor and underperformed for Ubisoft and Nintendo. Ubisoft called its poor sales surprising. Is it surprising to you? The first game was a smash hit. Can you think of any other franchise where sales for the second game fell off so drastically? Is this a harbinger of things to come? I can't recall the last time a Mario game sold so poorly. I'm blanking on the name, but it was a THQ game. It was like painting. Do you remember that game?
The Blob.
The Blob 2 was that big of a disaster. After The Blob 1 was a massive hit. And if you played The Blob 2, it was just more of the same. It just felt like the same game. I did not play Mario plus Rabbids, Sparks of Hope, so I don't know if it was sufficiently different. I expect it felt the same goofy game with Rabbids, and I think that Mario players didn't find it that interesting because it was just like the same game. And, if you think about sequels where the core game is really great and the second game is really similar, but the sequel's done well, Portal 2. But what Portal 2 changed, because each Portal adventure is a puzzle, is they changed the map, they changed the story, they changed the graphics, and they actually gave you kind of motivation. Like more bad things happened in Portal 2, like you could die differently and stuff, and there were things after you. It was just different. So they changed it up to make it so different that it was really fun as well. Like I thought Portal 2 was more fun than Portal 1. They improved on the game, and if you had asked me 10 days after I finished Portal 1 what my favorite game of all time was, it was Portal 1. And I just did my top 10 favorite games of all time, and Portal 1 didn't make the list, but I had Portal 2 on there because in retrospect Portal 2 is so much better. I forgot Portal 1. But like I said, it's hard to, like The Blob. I played The Blob and I really liked it, and I played about 10 minutes of The Blob 2 and said, God, it's stupid, and I stopped playing it. So I think that I'm probably not even close to exhausting all the different sequels that flopped. Division 2 flopped. I'm not sure that it was much different. Maybe. I didn't play it. But if the game's just not significantly look at Assassin's Creed, which is a long-lived franchise where each iteration's done okay. Some worse than others. A whole different setting, a whole different story. So the Animus takes you to a different century and a different geography, and there's a different city to explore, and that's how you keep a game fresh. Call of Duty, kind of that too, right? It's a different place to go, sometimes the same time, but slightly different times, slightly different politics. It's hard. I think that Call of Duty is the example that proves how hard it is to do, because they've done it 20 times, and some were bad. Ghosts was bad. Advanced Warfare was pretty bad, but they figured it out. They kind of know how to keep it fresh. Most games, will go 4 or 5 years between iterations, like Gears has, like Halo has. Some games like Battlefield, they'll mix it up. You'll have World War I, which makes it really interesting, World War II and modern. But it's really hard to do anything a second iteration and have it feel the same. And I think Mario plus Rabbids was that. So I don't know the answer. Agreed that, and it's funny, same thing. My top 10 games, I had Super Mario Galaxy on there, but not Super Mario Galaxy 2, because that, even though it was fun, it felt like similar.
It was better.
Did you think? I like Super Mario Galaxy.
That was great.
I really like Super Mario Galaxy. I felt I didn't finish 2. I played it and I felt like I'm just doing the same thing, like whatever. But yeah, and again, it's everybody's individual, and everybody has their own. I have not played. I played one Elder Scrolls game. I haven't played all 5. But I'm sure they're all different. Like, I don't know how they do it, but they do it. So the key to sequels is making them familiar enough that you want to buy it, and different enough that you want to finish them and get on to the next one. It's all like Mission Impossible movies. They're not the same mission, which is what makes them fun. I did play Mario plus Rabbids 1, and I enjoy it. See, I like that kind of game. Like, that's my kind of game. And I get it. I know exactly how it works. I just think that I don't think the Rabbids are that compelling for strategy.
I agree. I don't think they're compelling at all.
Right. So they're there to be cute and funny and make funny noises, but they don't really add to the gameplay. So, and I don't think Mario as a turn-based strategy game fits Mario. So it's really that. Mario was the novelty that sold that game, and there isn't room for 2 of them. See, like, I'm not an XCOM fan either. Like, I played it. It was okay. But
I like those games.
I like them too, but I can't. Like, I no longer want to finish them. Like, I've kind of.
They're too long.
Right. I don't think most gamers care about Rabbids. Like, I look at Rabbids as a kid thing. Rabbids are like minions. Like, they're cute and they're fun, and you laugh at them. And Rabbids doing stupid on a 3DS is fun, but I don't think Rabbids in a hardcore turn-based strategy game are that compelling. There's there's nothing unique about the Rabbids that they have special skills and they do special cool things. Mario has the skill set that we understand. We know who he is and we know what he does, and even he's tough in turn-based strategy. But again, I could see you could do a Zelda turn-based strategy game that would be fun, because I think that the character set's rich enough, but I don't think Mario plus Rabbids works. Yeah, I think UB is...
UB's in deep pack.
Yeah, they're not an innovative company.
They're in trouble.
Well, because they haven't embraced free-to-play.
They've tried. It's just everything they do sucks.
But they're not good at it, right?
Yeah.
It's hard. All right, that's it for Pachter Factor for today. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching real time, it's because you're a Patreon patron or a YouTube subscriber, and we appreciate it. If you are either of those or neither of those, please remember to link your Twitch Prime and Amazon Prime accounts together. We will get paid if you do that, and it will cost you nothing. That's a freebie. So follow the instructions in the show description below and link those accounts, and we get paid. You're already paid for it. You might as well get the benefit and let us get the benefit. If you are doing any of those things or none of those things, you still have to follow me on Twitter at Michael Pachter. I will see you next week.